Welcome everyone. Today I have an updated tier list for Zenless 0 patch 1.5. Now looking behind me, I have ranked a number of characters according to my own personal preference, but of course we'll go through a number of community available tier lists, including Mobilitics and also Pertin GG. There's tons of variation of characters and also team compositions, and in this video, what I want to show you guys first is this interesting clear replay of some of the high-end characters. So let's have a look at this demonstration first, which is quite interesting and also very exciting. So this is going to be the scenery difference on the final tier of the highest difficulty. Now just have a brief moment to look at the speed of the clear. That was the first wave, by the way. It took less than 10 seconds for the first wave to be cleared. And you can see the Chinese content creator we're watching over here is using some not so popular characters, and there's reasons behind it. So this is the second phase. Look at the top of the timers. He literally cleared this whole thing within about 19 seconds. So yes, this is a 19 second, the final stage of shooting defense back in patch 1.4. That is pretty cool, right? So definitely, if you guys want to follow the content creator, I have the links available. This is coming from ZZZ 1.5 over here on the Chinese Bilibili, and he is one of the fastest in clear the serum defense. And this was shared to me by one of my friends. So how does this help us? Because what you can see is this is definitely not a free-to-play account, but this actually shows us the potential should you be able to get your Nicole and maybe getting your Reina to higher Mindscape. So in this video, we'll focus on the characters mostly a free-to-play, popularity, and also the current meta with different synergies. But we also want to be aware in the futures, it is possible for you to get Nicole to M6. And it is also possible to get Reina slowly to M6 as you get more her on the standard banner, or unfortunately, if you get her to lose your 50-50. So let's dive into the tier list and let's have a look at everything. We'll briefly talk about the team compositions and everything that was used in this comp as well, and also how he was able to clear this one super fast. So coming over to the updated Mobilitics tier list, you can see they're categorized in characters in S, A, B, and also C rank. This is a pretty good summary, so let's briefly have a look at this summary and then I'll go over to my own tier list. You can see right away Minabi, Bernes, Yanagi, Astra, and also Caesar. So those are some of the characters that is on the top of the tier list. Followed by that, we have Ellen, Jen, Zhu, and Harimasa as some of the DPS characters, and here we have the supportings and also stunners with Reina, Qingyi, and also Lucy. So those are the top two tiers coming from Mobilitics. And if we have a look at Pertin over here, we can also see some similarities. We have Minabi, we have Astra, we have Caesar. We can also see this is also highlighting the stunner characters, which are limited banners with Lighter and also Qingyi. A lot of similar characters are on the second tier, and you can see additional adding of characters with Nicole over here, and also Lycan is also reminded if you guys do not have the S rank stunners that are limited banner, Lycan is still very good with characters like Ellen over here, which had a rerun for patch 1.5. So I'll have those tier lists available for you guys to have a look, and you can see I do think, I guess it's easier to come over to my own tier list. I do think there's a number of characters that deserve to be on the first spot. Well, firstly, of course, Minabi, Caesar, Astra would definitely be on the higher tier list because of their flexibility, amount of damage, and also versatility. Bernes is also great because she can be an off-field support. And personally, I have added Lighter as my top tier of the stunning character because his ability to go with multiple teams with fire and also ice, and also Evelyn, of course, coming to the banner on the second banner for patch 1.5 as one of the strongest fire DPS that can be combined with a lot of characters like Bernes, Lighter, or even with Caesar for more survivability. She can also be combined with Astra, and those will be some of the more powerful characters coming with patch 1.5. So what are my second tier of characters? Well, I want to break this up a little bit because I think Yanagi and also Jen deserves a good spot. Even though Jen was one of the first anomaly characters to be introduced, and we haven't seen anomaly, or I guess we haven't seen a physical S-rank supporting character yet, I still think Jen is pretty high in terms of her damage output, especially the ability to stack anomaly and also boosting the team's assault critical chance, which is pretty powerful. Yanagi, of course, was amazing, and she is still very powerful with tons of variation of teams. She can go with Minabi, she can also go with Haramasa, and you can see in the video, Yanagi was one of the characters that enabled the whole team to do tremendous damage. So yes, for me, those two characters have a special spot between the A rank and also double S rank. So coming over to my A rank characters after S rank. So Jingyi will definitely be one of the better stunning characters. She can enable the electric characters, she can enable Zuyuan, and of course she can enable Haramasa. And here, Ellen just had her rerun. Together with her ability to go with Lycan and also to go with Lighter, Ellen is still pretty powerful. And you can see in the tier list, even though Ellen can be a little lower, but I still think Ellen is still one of the traditional attackers that is quite powerful. And over here you can see a little small logo of Reina. So one of the reasons I had Reina to be a little smaller is that you can see in the tier list over here, Reina is pretty high and also Reina is pretty high. The bigger focus here, you can see Reina was one of the supporting characters that enabled this team to clear the run super fast. So Reina has tons of more potential. I do think she was a little underrated previously because there wasn't enough electric characters, there wasn't enough characters that can enable her to deal higher damage. She can boost the team's electric damage, and coming from Yanagi, coming from Haramasa, she can also boost the team's penetration, which can be very strong, especially against high defense enemies. And in that sense, those top A tier characters can work in multiple team compositions. Finally, we have the B rank of the characters. Those characters are mainly standard banner S rank characters, and you can see I also have Reina over here. One of the reasons Reina is also over here is that Reina can be higher or Reina can be lower. Really depends whether you have the other composition of characters. And this, of course, will come over to what are the best combination of characters, which I plan to make a video for you guys with over 20 of the best teams in the meta for patch 1.5. So you can see some of the top tier rank supporting characters like Nicole, Lucy, Sokaku, Seth, and also Piper. And here we have some situational characters. Should you want a decent S rank damage dealer and you don't have any of the top tier characters, Necromancer still works. And similarly, should you want a decent anomaly character and if you don't have Yanagi and if you don't have Jen, well, Grace can still work. So those characters are more situational depending on your team, while the B rank characters can help you get started and also clear pretty much any of the content that is available should you invest in them. But of course, if you have any of the A rank, S rank or double S rank characters, you should have no problem with any of the content or any of the challenges in the game. So that summarizes my updated tier list for ZZZ 0 patch 1.5. Let me know what you guys think about this part of the ranking and which of the characters should you think is going to be on the higher part of the list, or which of the characters do you think we might have undervalued or overvalued in this tier list. Now, before we finish the video, I promised to have a look at this particular replay. Now, do keep in mind, most of the Chinese players who play ZZZ 0 may be spending a lot of money. So what we're expecting or what we're maybe looking at is that at the start of the video, you can see that each of the Chinese content creators' characters are maxed out with M6. So this is a big whale account. This is a gigantic whale. So everything's maxed out. You're expecting the characters and also weapons to be maxed out with some of the perfect rolled, disk drives. So yes, you can see every character is 6 out of 6. While Nicole and also Reina can be a little easy, but other characters definitely cost over $1,000 or $2,000. So yes, with great money comes great power, of course. But let's have a look at the composition. The first composition is with Minabi, with Caesar, and also with Nicole. And this team composition with a higher amount of damage coming from Minabi took down the enemies within less than 10 seconds. The second composition is with Reina, with Bernice, and also with Yanagi. And you can see, of course, Yanagi will be dealing the most damage that is buffed because of Reina. And here Bernice will help us to do even higher damage. And before I even finish this whole dialogue, the monster died very, very quickly. So should you want to follow the content creators build and also setup, you can see the stats of the characters that is demonstrated. You can also use the icon of the disk drive to see what are the disk drives he's using. But please do keep in mind, guys, this is a highly expensive account. And if you follow the same team composition without the higher copies of those characters, it might not produce the same result. But nevertheless, it is good to know that the potential of those characters can do, and we'll be following this one closely as we come over to patch 1.5 with all the new characters, and also to learn from the counter characters to see how fast you can clear those in the end game. Again guys, not recommending you to spend a lot of money to get M6, but just seeing what's possible can also be good for us to learn as free-to-play players of which character to get and which character to save for more copies. Now, similar to all of the videos, if you want to follow the notes, those will be available in the links below. And if you find my videos helpful and you want to see more future videos for ZZZ and also other games to come, make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep the notification on for the latest content.